Find them fast in names and numbers.
This is Dr. Bennett at Performance Spine and Sport. Recover faster with Performance Spine and Sport. Performance Spine and Sport wants to improve your overall physical performance. We specialize in treating soft tissue-related injuries that result from everyday work and play. This fall, we are offering a Saturday morning sports recovery clinic. This features discounted rates on our cryotherapy, Normatec recovery, with active release chiropractic soft tissue care also available. Performance Spine and Sport, inside Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway in Pittsburgh.
Our free head exam. We're sort of famous for it. People think it's funny when we say, get your free head exam. And it does sound funny, but it's serious business because you can lose your diamond if you don't do it, if you don't get your free head exam. I'm Jill Como. Of course, the head I'm talking about is not the one attached to your neck. There are other professionals for that. I'm talking about the head of your ring, the part that holds your diamond. The head of your ring has prongs. It has welds that keep the head attached to your ring. Those parts wear out, get weak, and they break. But foolish you didn't get your free head exam at Como Jewelry, so you didn't realize that your head was falling apart. And one day, your diamond was gone, just like that. You can stop that from happening to you. Just come see us at Como Jewelry in Pittsburgh and Joplin. Say you want your free head exam. You'll laugh, we'll laugh, and we'll save your diamond from falling out. You will be really happy.
Now, back to Raider football.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
It's the place where you'll build that new swing set for your little girl. It's where the entire family will gather for Thanksgiving dinner, even Uncle Bob, where hundreds of wiffle ball games will be played, where countless slumber parties are held. It's your home, where memories are made every day. To view all of the current listings, browse their website at pitrealty.net. Your new home and your new memories start at Pitt Realty.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
CDL offers a comprehensive, proactive maintenance program to keep your business electrical systems running efficiently. Without inspection and proper care, it could be just a matter of time before your operation is damaged and your customers are impacted. You can trust CDL Electric to solve your problems before they happen and supply the parts you need to keep your electrical system in excellent condition. Don't wait until you have to call an electrician. Call the professionals at CDL today. Find them fast at names and numbers.
Now, back to Raider football.
It's time for the Frontenac Raiders Coaches Corner. I'm Rob Strand with Frontenac coach Mark Smith. The Raiders improved to 3-0 with a 28-7 home victory against Colgan. And, Coach, a long week. Of course, you had the pep rally on Wednesday, the team meal Thursday, and, of course, homecoming activities. And on top of that, you got to keep an eye to the sky as the weather again. Kind of iffy if it was going to cooperate, but all things considered, ended up pretty well as far as homecoming week activities.
Yeah, homecoming was a success. Our kids played extremely well, especially in those conditions. It was pretty soft and wet on the field, but offensively we didn't have a turnover, which was huge. Defensively, we just kept running to the football and played very, very well on defense and kept giving our offense chances after we couldn't punch it in a few times. But had a few too many penalties, but Colgan played extremely well on defense, I thought, had a good game plan. And we just got to correct our minor mistakes, getting better angles and positions to block. We don't have those holding or blocks in the back. And that was a drive killer. When you got the wet weather, it's hard to get 1st and 15 or 1st and 20.
And you struck early on offense, touchdown, and the pick 6 on defense. You got up to 2 scores, and you had to be feeling pretty good about that time.
That was huge. We've done it in all 3 games. We got a big lead in the first quarter, and we just got to be a little more consistent and keep our pedal down in that second quarter and have another good quarter. So great first drive on offense to get the lead, and then our defense got 3 and out. We punted, and then we got a pick 6. So tremendous first quarter against a good team, and we just got to find a way to keep our momentum and try to get another score in that first quarter.
And you knew the Panthers wouldn't roll over. They scored to cut the lead to 1 touchdown, and they had a little momentum there. And after that, defense rose up, played well.
Oh, they did. Colton had that big drive right before half. We had about 2.5 minutes, and we had a really good drive. We got down there in a field goal range. We just missed a field goal, so I was glad to see that. So it's something good to work on, and also just kind of our 2-minute drill with time management. I thought our kids handled that very well. So we got to practice a few things we hadn't done all year, which was great to see. But Colgan did have the momentum going to halftime. You could hear him in the locker room kind of excited. The kids felt down. They knew they probably should have been up more, but it was kind of some good adversity we faced. And I told our kids we're winning, just relax, and we'll take care of business.
And also, as we discussed, you're always concerned about, 1, the turnover, 2, the penalties. Turnovers haven't been a problem. That was actually about the first game that the penalties kind of impacted the game.
Yeah, we've been pretty clean on penalties all year until this one. And, we just took some bad angles out at the receivers and running back position on blocks and got a few holding penalties and blocking them back on some big plays, actually. They really were drive killers because we had some good momentum at the time we got them, and just takes the wind out of the sails of the offense. So hopefully we can clean that up. We worked pretty hard on blocking yesterday. So other than that, also our offense and running game, especially up front on the second half, we got pretty physical and controlled the line of scrimmage and opened up some big holes for our quarterback and running back.
I'm Rob Strand talking with Frontenac coach Mark Smith. Up next for the 3-0 Raiders, you hit the road, actually hit the road 3 weeks in a row, and you go to Riverton, a team that has struggled to an 0-3 mark coming off a 44-12 loss at Coffeyville, and the Rams have struggled, but they do have some athletes.
They do. They have some athletes in the backfield. Their middle linebacker tight end is a very good athlete, big, strong kid. So we got to know where those athletes are, what they're trying to do on offense. They're going to be in the wing tee, kind of like Galena, and try to get to the edge with their speed. So it's going to be a hot night on Friday. One thing I did notice on Riverton, they play extremely hard. So got to come ready to play, match their intensity, and then just execute on both sides of the ball.
And you made it through the first third of the regular season, and you knew going in with the first 3 contests that was a real telling 3 weeks, and so far so good.
Yeah, we've been tested, and that's great to see. Girard, Galena, and Colgan, all very good teams. Will probably have a good chance to make the playoffs in their district. So it was great. It's a great start for us, but we got to build on it. Like I said, I told the kids we've had tremendous first quarters in each game. I just want to I want us to play a 4-quarter game. It doesn't matter what offense, defense, special teams. We just want to play a clean game all the way through. And if we do that, hopefully we can get some of the younger kids in and get them some experience as well.
And you've been able to throw some numbers at them. A lot of kids have been getting on the field. And how are you health-wise?
We got a few. We were pretty sore after the last 2 games, Galena and Colgan. They were both physical games, which is good for us just to get the experience. And other than that, I think we're pretty healthy. We have a little sickness going through the school right now, but everybody should be good to go for Friday.
Frontenac coach Mark Smith, thanks for talking with us, and we'll talk to you after the game.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Canar Eye Care are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburgh or Girard with Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
At Commerce Bank, we offer auto loans that fit your world.
In my world, I need a different car, so I need an auto loan now. The next car I buy will be red, fast, sporty, and we probably want 3 rows so the kids can really spread out.
Whether you're buying new or used or refinancing your current car, Commerce Bank can help. We'll get you a competitive auto loan that fits your budget and flexible payment options that make sense for you. We can even pre-approve a loan so you can start looking for that car that fits your family. We make it easy. So apply today at a branch, over the phone, or online at commercebank.com.
Easy? That's great.
Easy. That's Commerce Bank.
What do you know about Crestwood Country Club? Did you know that all new members will receive 3 $20 food certificates for use upon sign-up? How about the fact that it typically takes less than 4 hours to complete a round of 18? Crestwood also offers plenty of space for private functions such as birthdays, weddings, reunions, or any other special events. The 2016 membership drive is in full swing. For more information, contact General Manager Todd Casey at 231-6530. A golf heaven at a value price. Crestwood Country Club.
At Evans Motors, we have something for everyone. Looking for a truck to help get the job done? It's on our lot. Need a gas saver to get you around town? It's on our lot. In the market for something reliable for your new teen driver? It's on our lot. Is your family growing and you need a vehicle with more space? It's on our lot. Come see all the vehicles on our lot at Evans Motors at the junction of 69 and 400 Highway just south of Pittsburgh, or check out our digital dealership online at evansmotors.net.
Now back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southern at Riverton High School prior to kickoff. The Rams and the Frontenac Raiders during the Pittsburgh State University pregame. Whatever you're looking for in a university, you can find it at Pittsburgh State University. For more information, visit them online at pittstate.edu. You belong at Pittsburgh State University. For a look around the area and other area games, Lindbergh Pharmacy. The tradition of quality service continues today, just as it has since 1877. Lindbergh Pharmacy staff strives to provide superior clinical services and convenience to our customers. A look at other games around the area, courtesy of Lindbergh Pharmacy, of course, here, Frontenac and Riverton, and sister station over at ESPN 100.7 FM, Pittsburgh, playing host to Fort Scott, and also on 93.1 FM, Colgan at Columbus. Interesting to see the score from that place. Girard is at Galena. A couple of teams Frontenac's beaten so far. Frontenac at Southeast next week. The Lancers at Baxter Springs tonight. And also other contests, a couple of future opponents for the Raiders. Parsons at Labette County.
Chinook playing host to Ottawa. And we also have Northeast is playing host to Plain. And
some of the other ones, I was trying to think what else we've got. The games that are streaming at ESPN1007.com. Of course, this contest. Also, Colgan at Columbus and Pittsburgh hosting Fort Scott. So be listening for those. The look around the area brought to you by Lindbergh Pharmacy. We'll be back with the starting lineup after we take another 2-minute break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Jock Snitch Sporting Goods for whatever game you play.
Snitch Sporting Goods at 6th and Broadway in downtown Pittsburgh has new shoes coming in daily for everyone to start school on the right foot. Nike, Adidas, Converse, Brooks, and Asics. A huge selection of Oakley, North Face, Nike, and Adidas backpacks. Gear up at Jock Snitch for all your back-to-school needs.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting Goods from Jock Snitch.
Facing criminal charges may be the most frightening challenge of your life. The loss of freedom, your job, your license, are prospects you don't want to take lightly. Don't face these challenges alone. Calling the law office of Edward J. Batatory is your first step to taking control of your situation. Put their reputation for success in the courtroom on your side. Call the law office of Edward J. Batatory today, 620-230-0333, and take back control of your life.
Advertising on digital billboards works. I'm Carrie Nix, co-owner of Arrowhead Outdoor. We now have 15 digital billboards at busy stoplight intersections in Kansas and Oklahoma, including at 14th and Santa Fe in Chanute and 20th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. Here's Brian Pasteur with Pitt Realty.
A big part of our growth is our branding and our ads on the digital billboards at 20th and Broadway.
Thanks, Brian. Learn more about our affordable, effective advertising on our digital billboards. Call Arrowhead Outdoor at 620-308-6667.
Who's more important, football fans? The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator? Neither. It's the Party Food Coordinator. Ultimate Choice Catering is your best hire for Party Food Coordinator this season. Blitz them first with strip pit chicken, pulled pork, or rib, or use a little play action with the hot wings, brisket, or rigatoni. If your guests are just grazing a little at halftime or during the game, you can audible to smoked or garlic sausage bits, sweet onion or pepper dip, or their unique smoked chicken dip. Call Ultimate Choice Catering at 620-249-9858 or email Joe Clark at joeclark@sbcglobal.net. No order is too big or too small for the coaching staff at Ultimate Choice Catering.
Now, back to Raider football.
And Rob Strand back with Randy Southard. We're at Riverton High School waiting kickoff of the Frontenac Raiders and the Riverton Rams. And the starters brought to you by Commerce Bank. No matter how you like to bank, Commerce Bank fits your world, offering mobile banking, and online bill pay. You can even make a deposit from your mobile device. Commerce Bank makes banking easy and convenient. The starters, courtesy of Commerce Bank.
For the Riverton Rams, starting on offense at center, senior Ricky Turley. At right guard, senior Dakota Ferguson. At right tackle, senior Dalton Drager. At left guard, freshman Brandon Nielsen. At left tackle, junior Jared McMaster. The starting tight end is senior Mark Dooley. The starting running back, freshman Gavin Gilmore. Two wingbacks, junior Michael McCann and senior Jeremiah Wald. Starting at wide receiver, freshman Austin Wald, and the starting quarterback is junior Max Bonney. For the Frontenac Raiders, starting on defense, the two defensive tackles, senior A.J. Lusker and junior Andrew Mays. The two defensive ends, junior Brock Ginnivan and junior Cal Strand. The two middle linebackers, senior Dexter Palmer and senior Dylan Flora. The two cornerbacks, senior Brandon Malikas and senior Austin Model. The three safeties, junior Jake Wilbert, senior Ryan Long, and senior Isaac Bicknell.
And that's the starting lineups for tonight's game between Frontenac and Riverton. And we'll be back with the Jocksnitch keys to the game after we take another 2-minute break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA.
Girl-headed...
Now, back to Raider football.
our national anthem, beautifully sung. Was that the Riverton High School choir, I take it?
Yes, it was. It was impressive.
Job, and some of the band members running over to join their squad there, but great job there. And boy, back for a CNC League battle is Frontenac visiting Riverton. Again, the Raiders coming in at 3-0, coming off that 28-7 win over Colgan. The Rams are at 0-3, coming off that 44-12 loss at Coffeyville. Now, the keys to the game brought to you by Jock Snitch. Gear up for game day at Jock Snitch Sporting Goods in downtown Pittsburgh. Shop the largest selection of fanwear in the area. Jock Snitch Sporting Goods, the sports look of today.
And looking at the keys for the Riverton Rams on offense, they come out at you with the wing tee. They like to run sweep a lot, and then they'll sneak the fullback on a dive. They'll kind of fake the sweep action, get that dive. So they obviously running that offense. They're going to want to try to establish the run, and that'll set up some play action. Out of the passing game, they'll go with some short passing plays. They'll also try double moves to try to get the big play off the play action. They've got to be thinking time of possession in this game, try to limit how many times Frontenac gets their hands on the football. So get that running game going and see if they can consistently hold on to the ball. Defensively for Riverton, they line up with the 3-down linemen, and then depending on the formation of the offense, they'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 linebackers lined up, and then usually 3 defensive backs. They've had a little bit of trouble tackling, especially in the secondary this year. To the ball, especially to stop that sweep, because they do get a lot of guys out there in front of the back carrying the ball. They end up with a lot of blockers.
So those are the keys to the game, brought to you by Jock Snitch. Again, gear up for game day at Jock Snitch Sporting Goods in downtown Pittsburgh. Shop the largest selection of fanwear in the area. Jock Snitch Sporting Goods is the sports look up today. And we'll be back with a kickoff after we take another 2-minute break. 2 minutes, you're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com. The campus bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the campus bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your bookstore. And don't forget their game day gear by Nike. The campus bookstore.
SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you 7 days a week. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross Blue Shield. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southard. We're at Riverton High School, nearing kickoff of the CNC League battle between the Riverton Rams and the Frontenac Raiders, and both teams to their sidelines, and the captain is going to the center of the field and for the coin toss, and it's going to be interesting to see. You mentioned the keys, and one thing we won't have to consider, looks like the field's in pretty good condition, maybe no slipping and sliding.
ball handling should be fine. You're not worried about the weather conditions, and should be interesting as Riverton tries to get the first win of the season, and the Raiders try and stay unbeaten. Captains out there for the Riverton Rams, Jared McMaster, also Max Boney, and Gage Kirby. And the captains for the Frontenac Raiders, A.J. Lusker out there. Also, trying to see, is that Dylan Flora, Brandon Malikas,
Ryan Long.
And Ryan Long out there as the coin toss, the white hat talking to him. As we near kickoff, it should be an interesting contest, like we said. And again, next week, the Frontenac Raiders will go to Cherokee, take on the Southeast Lancers, while the Riverton Rams will venture the short drive to Baxter Springs. And the toss apparently won by the Raiders, and they want the football again, like they did against Colgan the other evening. And the kickoff time and temperature brought to you by CDL. CDL is the area leader in residential, commercial, and industrial heating, cooling, and refrigeration. Call the professionals at CDL to make sure your home or office is the right temperature all the time. The kickoff time and temperature, again, courtesy of CDL. And, boy, just a beautiful night. As we're talking right now, 82 degrees, the sun setting in the west, and bright sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. And, boy, looking at the American flag in the south end zone there, it's limp. So we're spoiled, and it's a nice night to be on top of the press box.
It is. We're about as high as that flagpole, so I can tell you there's not a whole lot of wind. But, yeah, beautiful night for football. Raiders going with the same tactic as last week, wanting that football, and I think that's the case again. Get the ball, see if you can get a drive, get on the board early, put some doubt in the minds of Riverton right away.
And, again, the Raiders will have the football, and they're visiting white jerseys with black pants, black helmets, and the black numerals. They have the white trim on the black helmets. The Rams in their blue jerseys and pants with the gold helmets and gold numerals. And kicking off for the Riverton Rams will be Mark Dooley. And opening kickoff brought to you by the law office of Edward J. Battatori. Protect your rights. You don't have to do it alone. Experience counts. Call the law office of Edward J. Battatori, 230-0333. Again, 230-0333. And back to receive the kick for the Frontenac Raiders is Bollinger. And he's joined back there by Ishamura and also Model. So Brendan Ishamura, Caden Bollinger, and also Austin Model.
I tell you, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Riverton to maybe try an onside kick, a surprise onside to start this game, try to steal the ball and get some momentum.
And again, handling the kicking chores is Mark Dooley, the transfer from Joplin High School. Met him in baseball this past spring. And a nice crowd on a beautiful night for football. And a little bit of breeze up here. Look at that flag, kind of lip on the flagpole. You kind of feel we're high enough now where you're getting a little breeze, keeping things cool. And Dooley at approach at the 40-yard line. Boy, a low worm burner picked up by one of the upbacks. And I believe that is Loy on the return as Cooper Loy came up with the short kick. And the Raiders going to start 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, good job fielding that ball. Those ones that are kind of rolling, sometimes they don't take true bounces. And Cooper Loy, good job fielding it. Took it straight up the field, got what he could, and really good starting position for the Raiders.
And of course, Cooper gets some carries on the offensive side in the JV game some, and not afraid to take the football and see where it goes from there. Don't want to shy away from it because the ball is live. 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 38-yard line. Running backs lining up the I formation behind Malikas, the quarterback. Bollinger, the fullback, Model, the tailback. Wideouts to both sides. Looking to throw. Malikas has some time going over the middle. Man wide open. And no, Dylan Flora let it get to his chest off his pads. He was wide open.
Looked like Dylan was thinking about running with the ball before he secured it. But they go with the play action and had 4 all goes. And really only 3 defensive backs in their defensive formation. So one man's got to be open. Pass hit him, right where he needed to be. And I think he just took his eyes off the ball before he caught it.
2nd and 10 Raiders from their own 38-yard line. Now out of the gun, Malikas, single blocking back. That's Bollinger. He now has the football, tries the left side, strung out, but he turns the corner, and he is dragged down out at the 44-yard line after a gain of close to 7 yards.
good vision. The only place he had to go was to the outside and just kind of kept following these blockers, turned it up to get a nice gain on second, set up a third and much more manageable.
3rd and 4 Raiders from their own 44-yard line. Again, the sun setting in the west would make it easier on our eyes as we're looking right into it. But boy, what a nice night. Wide to the right goes Long. Out wide to left, that is Bicknell. Running backs out of the I formation with Bollinger, the fullback, the tailback, Model with the handoff up the middle. And boy, I believe he got the first down out to the 49-yard line. Nice run by Austin Model. He's been running well earlier this season.
Been running very hard and a good hard run there and got it just by maybe about a half a yard. And it looks like when the Raiders have just the one tight end in, it's almost like a 5-3 look that Riverton's deploying defensively, walking 2 of those linebackers up on the line like stand-up defensive ends, and then the 3 middle linebackers. You know, if you can stop the run early, that's a great defense. But boy, if you can get past that first level, the only person left after that's that free safety.
Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Again, out of the gun, Malikas rides Bollinger, keeps the football, comes near side, and he is tripped up. Nice open field tackle. Now, he did get in the Rams' territory down to the 46-yard line, but nice open field tackle by, was that Jeremiah Walden there?
Yeah, excellent tackle, and that's what they need, and that's what they've not been getting. It's been some of their secondary players not making very sure tackles this year, but a really nice tackle got right into the legs on Malikas, and yeah, he got a gain on it, but that one could have been a whole lot more.
2nd and 5, Raiders from the Rams' 46-yard line. Wide right goes Bicknell. Slot right is Model. Wide left, Long. Slot left, Flora. Motion left to right. Pitch, sweep right side. That is Bollinger. Cuts inside one block. Tries to turn the corner. Does. And pursuit gets him, but he is inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line and has a first down.
Well, a lot of these plays might not look like the prettiest things right now, but the Raiders are getting 5-6 yards a carry here, and that's pretty hard to argue with.
So 1st and 10, Frontenac. Ball resting just outside the Riverton 38-yard line. As wide right goes Ginnivan. Coming wide left, that is Mansour. Slot left, Model, single setback, Bollinger. Malikas under the center, looking to throw. Oh, hitch not there. Now he's forced to scramble. He's able to turn the corner, and Malikas steps out of bounds at the 35. And then, an example, nothing there. Well defended, and you're still able to pick up close to 4 yards on that carry.
Yeah, the Raiders trying to get that quick hitch to the wide receiver. You've got one other out there ready to block. The corner that was on the slot receiver did a good job of jumping up and got into the throwing lane. Malikas didn't have any place to throw the football, and then he took off running and just got what he could.
So 2nd and 6 Raiders. Football just inside the Rams' 35-yard line. Malikas out of the gun. Bollinger left slot, motion left to right, takes the handoff, cuts inside. Boy, using his blockers inside the 30 down near the 27-yard line and got a first down.
Yeah, good blocking, excellent kick-out block. Luke Loy got a really good kick-out block, and then excellent vision by Bollinger to turn that up and then try to break it out one more time. But another first down for the Raiders, but well blocked and a good run.
So 1st and 10, Frontenac from the Riverton 27-yard line. Going wide to the right, that is Clefman. Split wide left, Ginnivan. Slot left. That's Model, single setback, Bollinger. Malikas comes out from under center, gives it to Bollinger, and he cuts inside the 20 and the 15 down near the 14, and he's got another first down.
And I think that was Ryan Hemby pulled on that play and got a really nice trap block, and then able to bust it to the outside, did Bollinger, for another big gain.
Well, officially 4 carries, 35 yards for Caden Bollinger, and the Raiders have a 1st and 10. Football just inside the 15 of the Riverton Rams. Out of the gun, Malikas with Bollinger blocking back to the right side. He's rolling right, and he's got a man open, and it is caught, and that is Flora, and into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, they roll Malikas out to the right, and it's that flood route again. 3 receivers out into the pattern to one side of the field, and then Malikas always likes that middle receiver. That's what Flora was. He was wide open. Malikas almost ran a little too far out. Kind of came real close to a defender to mess up the pass. But this time, Flora does a good job looking the ball all the way into his hands, turns it up for the score.
And the extra point attempt by Trey Harris. That kick is up. It is good. 9:06 left here in the first quarter. Frontenac 7, Riverton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you 7 days a week. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross Blue Shield. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Now back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southard. We have 9:06 left first quarter. Frontenac 7, Riverton nothing. And like last week, the Raiders jumped out to that 7-0 lead on the initial drive after taking the opening kickoff, and an impressive drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to run the ball like they want to, and then that sets up the play action pass for the score. But I think Coach Smith's got to be happy with how the offensive line performed on that first drive.
Trey Harris has it teed up at the 40, back to receive the kick. Michael McCann stands about his 12, and Harris has been booming them all season long. And again, that one goes well into the end zone for a touchback. So Riverton Rams offense will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 9:06 left here in the first quarter, and Frontenac up 7-0.
And they'll come out again in that wing T formation. So the Raiders defense just has to stay with their assignments, stick with their job. There's not a ton of misdirection so far that Riverton has shown this year yet, but they will kind of fake the dive and then kind of come out with the quarterback or with the sweep. Sometimes they'll fake the sweep and then hit the dive up the middle real quick off of sweep action with some motion by a wing back.
And Rams 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Again, the quarterback is Max Boney, 5'9", 150-pound junior. And there's a give and trying the right side, nothing doing. And for the Rams on that carry, that was Jacob McCorkle, and he was stopped. They'll see, actually may have lost a couple.
Yeah, that's Dylan Flora, and that middle linebacker. That first responsibility is always going to be that dive back. He saw the hole and ran right through it and got him in the backfield. Excellent play by Flora.
2nd and 12 for the Rams from their own 18-yard line. Clock's moving down to 8:38 here in the first quarter. Frontenac the 7-0 lead. Out wide to the left goes Gage Kirby. Coming wide to the right, that is Nick Huffman. The quarterback is Boney under the center. And a quick hitch, left side. Is a complete drop by the intended receiver. And that was Gage Kirby. And then took a shove from one of the Raider defenders. Don't know how.
Well, the Raider defender did try to slow up and not hit him, but Model was coming up pretty hard from that corner position. I'm not sure that one would have got very far even if he'd have caught it.
3rd and 12, Rams from their own 18-yard line. Bringing the play from the sideline, Max Boney.
What that will do, though, is set up a double move on that side. So, Malikas is not falling for those all year. I guarantee they're going to try it out with Model on the other side. We'll see if he can stay disciplined and not bite on the double move.
Jacob McCorkle, the fullback. Boney under the center. There's a dive straight up the middle, and McCorkle's got some yardage. He's able to get it out to the 24, but going to be well short of the first down.
A good hard run, though, and no quit in that run for McCorkle.
So a punting situation for the Rams as they face a 4th and 6 from their own 24-yard line. Back to receive the kick for the Raiders is Isaac Bicknell. Stands back at about his own 43-yard line to punt. For the Rams, Mark Dooley stands back at his 12. Good snap, some pressure, and he got it away. End over end, Bicknell comes over, takes it at the 35, cuts near side, 45. Boy, and he's still on his feet, but he's still battling, but he's fine. Boy, he took a legged hit there. Down about the 43-yard line. Boy, nice effort there. It almost looked like he was going to get the field reversed, and if he had, it might have been clear sailing along the far sideline.
Yeah, he had visions of grandeur, I think, trying to make a big one there. And
there's a lot of defenders right at his face along the sideline.
He may have gave up a few yards, but I don't mind the effort at all.
So 1st and 10, Raiders, they'll start from their own 44-yard line, leading 7-0 with 7:33 left here in the first quarter. Out of the gun, Malikas now a penalty flag, and apparently one of the offensive linemen flinched as a procedure call. And we talked about that before. You get that first down, then you have a penalty, and you're behind the sticks at 1st and 15 now from your own 39-yard line.
Now, in previous games, it's the 5-yard penalties haven't hurt Frontenac near as much as like the holding penalties, the 10-yard penalties. So we'll see if they'll be able to recover.
Likas out of the gun with Bollinger, the single blocking back, has the handoff, and he's dragging a tackler out near the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a good play, Nick Huffman for Riverton, because he was the last man there. This thing, a trap play, blocked really well. Just didn't get the last linebacker that could get him. They didn't quite get him blocked. They had everything else blocked. If Huffman doesn't make that tackle, that's when it's a touchdown.
2nd and 11 for the Raiders from their own 43-yard line as Mansour goes wide right, Ginnivan in the slot right. A little communication problem as Model talks to Malikas, then he goes to the right side. Model joins him out there, as does Long. Bollinger to Malikas' right to block. They fake the hitch. Now they're going long. They got two guys wide open, and that is Model making the catch, and he fell down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's right. They faked that, and the two blockers, they end up just going straight down the field. Both of them were wide open. The safety was probably closer to Long, so Malikas chose Model, probably the right choice. Hit him right in stride, but Model just not able to keep his balance, or he'd have strolled into the end zone. Either way, though, it's a big gain for the Raiders in the first down, deep inside Riverton territory.
And you just see the play before where they defended that well. You got the fake that and go long, and a couple were breaking free there, and a nice throw and catch. And the Raiders have a 1st and 10 from the Rams' 18-yard line. Single setback Bollinger. Malikas under the center. There's a give. Bollinger, boy, pops wide open. 10, 5, touchdown. Caden Bollinger goes in from 18.
Well, and a huge hole on the right side, and the key block was Zach Roseborough from the tight end position. Got a great seal block on the outside linebacker and a huge lane for Bollinger to run through.
So Bollinger goes in from 18 and in to attempt the extra point again. Trey Harris out of the hold of Ryan Long. And this kick, plenty long enough. And it is good. 5:56 left first quarter. Frontenac 14, Riverton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
The Campus Bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the Campus Bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your textbooks from the Campus Bookstore. And don't forget their game day gear by Nike. The Campus Bookstore.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southern. We have 5:56 remaining first quarter. Frontenac leads Riverton 14-0. And, like last week, the 2-touchdown lead early on for the Raiders.
Yeah, now as Mark Smith was talking about in the coach's interview, wanting to play 4 quarters, keep it consistent, don't let up just because you've got a couple score lead.
Harris to kick off. Teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Back to receive the kick. Michael McCann, the 5'11", 170-pound junior. And this one, end over end, a little shorter than one of the far side. And bobbling, it was Jeremiah Wald. He retreats inside his 5, and the kick coverage is there, and he gets tattooed inside the 10.
Well, what a hit. And I'm not sure who all got it because it looked like there were 3 Raiders there. I think Dexter Palmer might have been in on that, and maybe Jake Wilbert in on that too. But, boy, he got leveled at the 10.
So 1st and 10 Rams. They'll start from their own 10-yard line with 5:49 left first quarter. In front of the 14-0 lead. Well, there's a case he bobbled the kick and had to go retrieve, and by that time well covered, and did well to get it out to the 10-yard line. And the quarterback is Max Boney. Single setback behind him, Jacob McCorkle. There's a pitch, sweep of the right side, and trying to turn the corner, and on the carry that time was Tucker Tash.
Yeah, that sweep has been probably their most successful play so far this year. They do a good job of pulling, and they get a couple of backs out in front of it as well. It's a lot of people coming out to block. If you don't get up the field and kind of get some blockers hit up in the backfield, it becomes difficult to defend.
So the Rams with a 2nd and 7. Football resting just outside their own 13-yard line. Wide left goes Kirby. Coming wide to the right, that is Dooley. And the single setback behind Boney under center. Now in motion right to left, and the pitch to sweep the left side, and that is Ethan Shaver on the carry, and he is thrown back at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I just mentioned get up the field to stop that. Calstrand from his defensive end position shot straight up the field, ran right into the ball carrier for a big loss. Excellent play by the defensive end.
So they going to have another 3rd down situation.
The swing tee is not meant for 3rd and 12. It's a difficult conversion.
Rams from their own 8. And looking to pass, looking over the middle, putting it up for grabs. And boy, I'll tell you what, Dooley did a good job as Mark Dooley out there. The pass was a little tall, and Isaac Bignell had it sights on it, and Dooley went up wisely and kind of batted it out of there. There was a case where he tried to bat it in the air, I think, and catch it on the run. He'd have been gone if he could have made that connection.
Yeah, he kind of became the defender, and well, I tell you, his route was a post, and it ran him into the free safety. If he stayed to the outside, he would have had a big size advantage. Dooley's a big kid. What do they have him listed? 6'4", 220, out there on a smaller corner for Frontenac, but he ends up going into safety, and Bicknell able to make a play.
Make the fair catch does Bicknell at the 37-yard line. Some pressure there, and boy, you got the punt away, and one of the Raiders kind of nonchalantly went in and kind of some contact there. You don't want to risk that when you're not really having a play there. It can be kind of dangerous, but got away with it. And the Raiders have a 1st and 10 from the Rams' 37-yard line.
You know, and I'd like to see right here is just really focused Raider team right now and get another score right now and try to really put it away early and show that they're really focused in on this game.
Bicknell goes wide right. Model joins him out there along with Long. Malikas, direct step, takes left side. He breaks into the open 25. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Brandon Malikas from 37.
Well, again, it's Ryan Hemby pulling the lead block, gets a great block on the outside. Malikas cuts it up. And then, again, he's so slippery, he breaks 3 tackles. I've mentioned some of the suspect tackling for Riverton earlier this year. It shows up there. Malika splits 3 defenders and on into the end zone. They're really well blocked at the point of attack again by the Raiders.
And Malika's on the 37-yard touchdown run. Trey Harris in to attempt the extra point. And this one, boy, a low line drive, but I think it made it through. It did. So 4:05 left first quarter. Frontenac leads at 21-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you 7 days a week. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross Blue Shield. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Now, back to Raider football.
And Rob Strand back to Randy Southern. 4:05 left here in the first quarter. Frontenac leads at 21-0, and Trey Harris getting the workout here early on in the first quarter.
Well, I wanted to see that focus and get another score. I didn't think it would be one play, but really well blocked on that touchdown run for Malikas, and he makes one move and he's gone. But the offensive line so far tonight playing very well again.
And end over end kick, retreating inside the 5 and taking it up the middle, crossing the 15 and 20. He's got some room, and on the return, that's Michael McCann. And a nice return out near the 25-yard line.
Well, Tristan Fay with a pretty nice little hit on that return as well. So the kickoff coverage getting some licks in.
Well, we've been spoiled, too. Trey Harris having such an outstanding kicking year. crosses that goal line, it's touchback. You don't get the return. Comes out of the 20. You'd want that every time. Now, I know in high school that's rare, but he has been probably the majority been able to do it, and that's quite the defense.
Absolutely. A good way to get big plays, especially high school football, in that kickoff return. So it is a weapon.
4 minutes left first quarter. Frontenac leads at 21-0. Riverton first and 10. Rams will start at their own 24-yard line. There's a give up the middle. Nothing doing. And it's stolen. The ball is taken by Dylan Floor, and he is tackled at the 22-yard line.
And they are going to call it a fumble. And Andrew Mays is the one who makes the original play. It does a great job up front, stumping his hole, runs in the ball carrier, held him up. Floor came in, and then he started ripping at the ball, tore it right out of there, and took off running. And he's walking a little gingerly off the field right now. But, boy, a turnover on the first play of that series, and the Raiders are in business again.
And Dylan dropped that first pass, but he's picked the touchdown pass, and a nice play there, a strip, and the Raiders in business once again, first and 10 at the Rams' 17-yard line, trying to add a 21-0 lead with 3:53 left first quarter. Malikas rolling to the right, got a man wide open. It is, oh, man. Isaac Bignell went right through his hands.
And then that pass did have an awful lot of steam on it, but I think another case where a Raider receiver thinking about running with it before they've actually caught the ball.
So a 2nd and 10 for the Raiders from the Rams' 17-yard line.
Those little hitch passes are there. If you run them off, run like a 7 or 10 yard hitch, the corners give a bit of a cushion, but then they really backpedal out. So those short throws really are there.
And Model tries right side, cuts inside 10, 5, one man to beat, and he's tripped up and brought down, dives near the 2-yard line.
Well, excellent cutback play, designed to go to the right side. Pretty well blocked on that side, but he saw a huge gap coming back to the left. One little cut, and almost gets it into the end zone. Just a saving tackle made by the corner out there. I think that was Jeremiah Wald that got a hold of him again.
So a 1st and goal for the Raiders from the Rams' 2-yard line. 3:41 left first quarter, leading 21-0. Nice cut back there by us. He's been running well the first 3 games and early on in this one.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
having a good season. Bicknell goes wide right, joined out there by Model and Long. Bollinger, single setback behind Malikas, under the center. And a give straight up the middle, and that is Bollinger, and he walks in for the score.
Yeah, they popped the trap open right up the middle, and pretty well walked in the end zone, well blocked again, and Bollinger takes it in for 6 more.
So another extra point attempt coming up off the foot of Trey Harris.
I'm glad Bollinger getting quite a few carries in his first quarter. Last year he was a big part of carrying the football. This year he's gotten some carries, but he's been utilized much more as a blocker, and he's been doing a great job. Good to see him get his hands on the ball some tonight.
And the extra point by Trey Harris, good. 3:23 left first quarter. Frontenac 28, Riverton nothing. We'll be back with Raiders kickoff after we take a 30-second break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Finding a lawyer means choosing someone with experience, confidence, and a good track record. Every legal situation is unique, and you need someone who will give you the level of comfort that he or she will treat your legal problem like it is their own. J. Gordon Gregory of the law firm of Wilbert & Towner is ready to provide you with that type of specialized assistance. With over 30 years of experience in Southeast Kansas, Gordy is ready to give you the personalized legal service your problem needs and deserves. Call J. Gordon Gregory of Wilbert & Towner today at 620-231-5620 or contact him online at wilburtontowner.com. Trust J. Gordon Gregory with all your legal problems, including divorce and custody cases.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southard. 3:23 left first quarter. Frontenac the 28-0 lead. The Raiders to kick. Trey Harris teed up at the 40 once again. Back to receive the kick is Michael McGann. So back there with him, Jeremiah Wald. And boy, end over end kick, and boy, that is bobbled into the end zone. And a touchback, so the Rams will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Also back there was Jacob McCorkle. For that score, apparently first quarter, Colgan leading Columbus at Columbus 7-0. So, of course, you'll be able to stream that contest on ESPN1007.com.
Very interesting game in Columbus tonight. Columbus not particularly tested so far yet this year, so I think everyone will kind of find out just how good Columbus is, being 3-0. They'll have a much bigger test tonight with Colgan coming to town.
First and 10 Rams from their own 20-yard line. Out wide left goes Kirby. Again, the single setback, McCorkle. And there's a give, sweep the left side, and then once again on the carry, that is Ethan Shawver, and not much going there. Brock Ginnevan brings him down after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, Ginnevan, very nice play. Got up the field, took on his blocker, and forced the running back to turn it in, and was able to come off his block and make a play, but got up the field enough, again, not giving any ground, and that's how that sweep can be effective, is if you give some ground. Defensive ends so far tonight playing very well for Frontenac.
Actually, nothing gained but about a foot on that carry. So we'll go with 2nd and 10 for the Rams. It's outside their own 20-yard line. And Boney under the center. And there's a pitch, sweep of the right side. And trying to turn the corner, that is Tucker Tash. And he is brought down out about the 23-yard line.
And that time they got a little bit of a push on the right side of their line, able to pick up a few yards this time. The Raiders not able to push up the field enough to slow that sweep down.
So a 3rd and 7 for the Rams from their own 23-yard line.
I did notice, looks like Dylan Flores come out. I noticed him hobbling a little bit. I don't think he's injured, but we'll try to take a look and make sure everything's okay with Dylan.
Boney under the center, looking to pass, looking, pressured, and forced to scramble, and he is buried back at the 19-yard line. A lot of folks on the pressure there, and A.J. Lusker did the final honors, but there was a couple other Raiders there pressuring him.
Yeah, Mays gets in on the pressure along with Ginnevan. They flush him, and then Lusker comes over and just flattened him to finish him off.
So another punting situation for the Rams. They face a, 4th and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Now the Raiders late coming from the far sideline. Back to kick is Dooley. That's a nice punt. Spiral. Retreating. Bicknell. He's going to try and return. Retreats to his 38. Crosses the 40. Goes far side. 45. And dragged down at the 48-yard line. So pretty nice return of about 10 yards, but a nice open field tackle by Jacob McCorkle for the Rams.
Yeah, McCorkle did a good job. Took a pretty good angle. Was able to get into his waist, get him down. Pretty good job there by McCorkle.
Well, you mentioned Dylan Flores. He has had some cramping issues. I do know that in previous games, but yeah, he's kind of, and Al Bicknell kind of hobbled there. But you were mentioning Dylan. I know he has had some cramping issues early on this season, but Bicknell apparently getting tackled there might have gotten shaken up a little bit. First and 10 Raiders. So they'll start from their own 48-yard line. Again, Malikas under the center with Bollinger, the single setback behind him. Now with the football, trying to turn left side, cuts inside, and he is collared and brought down at the 47 of the Rams after a gain of 5.
Better defense by Riverton, but Hemby again pulling around and getting a nice kick-out block. Good vision on the run. Turn that up, get what you can. Nothing wrong with 5 yards on first down.
And Bollinger going to head to the far sideline, and Tristan Fay going to enter the Raiders' backfield.
And we'll check on him a little bit because he kind of got his head pushed down into the ground. Of course, last year had a concussion, so hopefully that's not the case tonight.
2nd and 5 Raiders from the Rams 47, and there's a give, and that is Model loose, the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown is Austin Model. Goes in from 47 yards.
Right side of the line gives him another big hole to run through, and then Model showing a little bit of speed there, able to split the defensive backs and go untouched for 6.
So Austin Model from 47 yards out. And again, Trey Harrison to attempt the extra point.
The Raiders are looking like they might be one short on the PAT team here.
And would that be maybe Bollinger does some of the blocking, or somebody in the interior line?
Yeah, he does actually. That's right.
Yeah, nice effort by Long to get the snap down, and it is good. 1:07 left first quarter. Frontenac leads Riverton 35-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburgh and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back to Randy Southern. Minute 7 left here in the first quarter. Frontenac leads at 35-0, and Harris, short end-over-end kick, and dropping the football was Jeremiah Wald. Now back to retrieve it, and the ball is loose as another Ram tried to find the handle. He got hit by one of the Raiders, and now a scramble.
Hey, Ishimura got down there real quick and hit him, and the ball was still on the ground. And it looks like Riverton has recovered.
So the Rams will start 1st and 10, and it looks like they'll be back at their own 10-yard line once again. Well, the start here is, you want a good start. You thought the 2 touchdowns was a good start like last year, but 35-zip with the minute 2 left now in the first quarter, and everything going the Raiders' way.
Yeah, and they've been impressive in doing it as well. I've yet to see a missed assignment. Defensively, they've played very well so far. Already starting to see a few substitutions out on the field for the Raiders, and I'm sure we'll be seeing that most of the rest of the game. There's no sense in keeping kids out there too long and risk any kind of injury.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 10-yard line. Boney, pitch, sweep, left side, and once again able to get around the corner, and that was Ethan Shaver, but looked like he had defended pretty well, but he shook the first tackler and was able to get around the corner.
Well, he ran really hard to break that tackle. Cal Strand did a good job getting up the field and had a shot at him, and looked like he was going to get him for a big loss, but the back able to run really hard and turn that thing up for a couple-yard gain. And I think if you're Riverton, that's what you want to see. You want to see your kids still play really hard. Don't lay down here, and you want to see your backs try to run real hard, and your linemen just do the best you can.
So 2nd and 7 for the Rams from their own 13-yard line. Down to 13 seconds left first quarter, and there's pass to the left side, and boy, that was almost picked off by Wilbert as the pass intended to Jacob McCorkle.
Yeah, they faked it to McCorkle kind of up the middle, and then he slips out into the flat, and Strand did a good job getting instant pressure on the quarterback, didn't go for the fake, forced a hurried throw. Wilbert able to get a hand on it, but I think just a little too much on it for him to be able to corral it.
8.7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Frontenac leads at 35-0. Riverton faced a 3rd and 7. The Rams were at their own 13-yard line. Remember a few years ago when we were in that mist and that rain and covered under plastic to keep the equipment dry? Enjoying this much better. Boney ended center. There's a pitch, sweep to left side once again, and that is Ethan Shaver on the carry. And he is drilled at about the 15-yard line after a gain of a couple.
Oh, and that was Harris and Palmer double teamed on the hit, and boy, what a hit out there on the far side.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Frontenac leads Riverton 35-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you 7 days a week. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted.
Why should you choose Pittsburgh State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
incredible athletics, the amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Very impressive first quarter by the Raiders.
Yeah, and again, they've been kind of riding on that defense first few games, and again, they're playing well tonight, but the offense has been moving the ball well.
Yeah, and able to get the running game going, most importantly, doing much of the damage on the ground.
And Dooley back to punt, stands inside his own 5. Good snap and some pressure. Short kick. Now you got to get out of the way. The Raiders got to pick up that ball. Now it's going to back up, and Frontenac's going to have it 1st and 10 near the Rams' 15-yard line.
Yeah, just kind of hit that one, hit it straight up in the air, and well, when it rains, it pours. So tough break for Riverton.
Looking over to the far side, they got to move those. I was going to say I was losing 5 yards, but the Raiders will face a 1st and 10 from the Rams' 15-yard line, inside just outside the 15. As Malikas comes from the far side with the play, relays it to his offense, and Raiders trying to add a 35-0 lead with 11:54 left here in the first half. Bicknell goes wide right, Model out that way, also long. Single running back, that's Fay, and he has the handoff, and he's dragging tackler inside the 10, still on his feet down near the 5-yard line. Tristan Fay with a 10 on that one.
Yeah, good hard run. He almost overran his trap blocker. Block got a little bit on him, but Fay running really hard through the hole and dragged him for 8-9 yards.
So Tristan on his first carry gets it right to the 5-yard line, where the Raiders will face a 1st and goal from the Riverton 5. As Mansour relays a play in and then goes wide to the right side. Joined out there by Model, also Ginnivan there. Out of the gun, Malikas keeping the football. Pitches as he got Fay, and he turns the corner and is going to go in from 5 yards out. Nice effort there by Malikas. Waited the last second. The defender got him. He pitched it to Fay, who went in from 5.
Well, they brought Dooley on the blitz right up the middle, and he put a little bit more pressure on Malikas earlier than I think he expected. Still able to get the pitch out, and then Fay shows good speed and able to outrun everyone to the corner.
So Tristan Fay from 5 yards out, and Trey Harris in. I'm getting confused on this extra point. Caught short. Did they have somebody out?
Well, I did notice Bollinger was going to run onto the field, and coach held him back. So, but it looks like Bollinger is okay on the sideline.
And a low line drive under the crossbar. That extra point attempt no good. 11:21 left first half. Frontenac 41, Riverton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
The Campus Bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the Campus Bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your textbooks from the Campus Bookstore. And don't forget their game day gear by Nike. The Campus Bookstore.
Now back to Raider football.
And Rob Strand after Brandy Southern. We have 11:21 left first half. Frontenac leads Riverton 41-0. The Raiders to kick off. Trey Harris again teeing it up at the 40-yard line and back to receive the kick for the Riverton Rams, Michael McCann. Flanked by Jacob McCorkle. And also back there is Jeremiah Wald. End over end and retreating into the end zone and making the catch. That was Michael McGann, but the touchback. Again, the Raiders on the road next week, Southeast, and the following week, LeMay County, 3 road games in a row before district play starts at home against Parsons. Riverton Rams will be at Baxter Springs, and the Lions playing host to Southeast tonight. We had that early 16-0 lead for the Lions. First and 10 from the Rams from their own 20-yard line. Dooley's out wide to the left side. Wide to the right goes Kirby. Looking to pass, and it is caught by Dooley, and he's out to the 25, but a penalty flag is down. Did somebody get in the neutral zone? I didn't actually see the flag go down.
And he threw it right at the snap, so we'll see what the call is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the officials talking and procedure against the Rams, so that'll negate about a 5-yard pass completion.
Must have been illegal formation, maybe not enough guys on the line.
So the White Hat talking to Ryan Long. And the Raiders will take the 5-yard mark off, and the Rams will face a 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Reminder, at halftime, we'll have the SEK Urgent Care halftime show, and if your stats, scoring summary, and the like, and we'll take a look at some of the goings-on in Frontenac. A lot going on this weekend, like Festa Italiana, and take a look-see at what the other students athletes have been doing throughout the fall season. Been a busy time. Rams 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Wide to the right again, Kirby. Wide to the left, Dooley. There's a pitch, sweep left side, and again they tried to get outside and had a host of Raider tacklers, and that was going absolutely nowhere.
Well, Cal Strand, they tried to get outside of him, but this time he takes a little bit better angle, got in front of him, was able to hold him up, and boy, then the rest of the Raiders come, and when they're holding that running back up and he can't go anywhere, that's a time when you can really get a lick on him.
So they actually lost about 3 on that.
Much better angle that time by Strand and not have to try to grab the back of him. Was able to get his head out in front.
Actually a loss of 4. Now the Rams going to face a 2nd and 19 from their own 11-yard line. And the quarterback keeping it right side, and boy, he's spun down out near the 13. Couple of tough yards on that carry by Boney.
Yeah, that's where they're it's like they're faking that sweep instead of pitching it. Quarterback's going to keep it, and you want that defensive end to get outside and up the field and let the quarterback cut up underneath him. It kind of worked, but good pursuit by the rest of the Raider defense to limit the gain.
9:48 left. Clock moving here in the first half. Frontenac the 41-0 lead. Riverton facing a 3rd and 17 from their own 13-yard line as wide to left comes Kirby. Wide to right is Dooley. And looking to pass. Pass right side to Dooley. He dropped it at the 20-yard line. And just one of those that, like you said, they're getting a little antsy. Want to catch the ball, thinking about heading upfield before making the connection, and it fell incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely right. And, he's got the size advantage out there, and you never know. The corner was coming up, was going to be right there to make a play, but had Frontenac was going to be at a size disadvantage, so you never know. But, if you don't catch it, it doesn't matter.
Dooley back to punt, stands near his own goal line, back to receive the kick. Bicknell. Good snap. A little pressure, nice punt that time, and it's going to go over far side and into Raider territory and roll dead back at the Frontenac 41-yard line. So the Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line with 9:20 left here in the first half. Frontenac 41-0 lead.
Yeah, I noticed the Raiders have substituted about half of the defense. Maybe about 5 starters were out there. We'll see on offense. The starting offensive line's on the field. We'll see how much longer, Malikas plays and some of the rest of the backs.
So the Raiders with a 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Again, 9:20 left here in the first half. Frontenac the 41-0 lead. And coming wide to the right is Ginnivan. Out wide left, Mansour, joined out there by Model. Malikas out of the gun with Fay, the running back, the fake to Fay, and Malikas tries to turn left corner. He's brought down at the 45-yard line. Pretty well defended, but still able to pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, Gavin Gilmore coming up from that outside linebacker spot and got into Malikas's legs. Just got enough of him to trip him up and keep that one from being a bigger gain.
So 2nd and let's call it 6 for the Raiders from their own 45-yard line. And that's one of those you pick up 4 or 5 yards and it looks like nothing is there, and they've defended it well, and got to be pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
Long wide to the right. Malikas out of the gun, blocking backs to both sides. And they fake that crossbuck. Now give it this time. That is Model. He cuts back midfield. And then he is brought down at the 46-yard line of the Rams. Nice cutback by Model that time. He ends up picking about 8 yards.
Well, he got to pulling linemen in front of him, and they got kick-out blocks, and he tried to go to the outside of his kick-out blocks, and that's why he had to eventually turn it back to the inside. But, boy, you'd like to see him just use those blocks and turn it up earlier than that.
Clock winding down, 8.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Frontenac the 41-0 lead. Again, we'll have the SEK Urgent Care halftime show coming up as Mansour splits wide right, Ginnivan slot right. Running backs this time in the I. Malikas under the center, give to Fay. He's got some room along the left side, and he is inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line.
Yeah, left side, good push on the left side of the offensive line. It's running straight at him, straight ahead, and a nice pickup on first down.
So they actually set it at the 39 of the Rams for a pickup of 8. Second, 2 Raiders from the Rams, 39-yard line. Is in there, Noah Clefman. Imagine he'll go in and see some time there at the wide receiver post. He does go left side. Fay in the slot left, wide right goes Flora. Now motion left to right, that's Fay. They give him that sweep, and he tries to cut it back, and he's stopped down about the 37-yard line and a couple of yards close to the first down.
Yeah, Ricky Turley, Ryan Miner, but Turley made a really nice play, got up the field and made Fay turn it up sooner than he kind of really wanted to, and made a good play defensively for Riverton.
So 3rd and about a foot for the Raiders from shy of the Rams' 37-yard line, down to 7 minutes left here in the first quarter, and Frontenac with a 41-0 lead. This time Mansour goes wide left. Ginnivan comes wide right. Slot to right, that is Ishimura. Single setback, that is Fay behind Peyton Brown, who's in at quarter. Boy, he slips and hauled out. Good penetration there, nice effort. And I believe, was that the Rams, Ryan Miner came in and tripped him up and actually lost about a foot on that.
Yeah, exactly right. Miner, excellent penetration again. 2 plays in a row. He's gotten in on the tackle, and boy, Fay kind of went down kind of awkward. It looks like he's fine in the huddle.
And Peyton Brown in at quarterback, spelling Brandon Malikas, and of course Brown, 5'11", 165-pound junior. And the Raiders face a 4th and 1, football shy of the Rams' 38-yard line. This time Clefman wide left, Mansour wide right, running backs in the I. Brown with the snap. Oh, mishandling. He's going to throw a little pass and finds Roseboro. Oh, and he is pushed from behind and then knocked down. They're going to give him down about the 24-yard line. And the first down, but a penalty flag is down.
Boy, good fake and a rollout by Brown. Found the open receiver, hit him right in stride. Well executed out on the outside. But they're getting illegal man downfield against the Raiders.
And I thought the way the reaction was, I thought he missed a handoff actually, but then when I saw them, Roseboro was right there in the flow of it, but it looked like there was a little mix up in the backfield. But yeah, nice pitch and catch, and like I said, Roseboro went down a little awkward, but none the worse for wear, except the penalty will go against the Raiders.
And sometimes on those play fakes, it's hard for those linemen not to get down the field because they're trying to sell the run, and if they're getting push up front, it's kind of easy to get a little far down the line, but it's a case where you got to be aware of it. But I think that's a penalty you can kind of live with if you're Coach Smith, even though it does negate a first down.
Punting situation, back to receive the kick. Michael McCann. And a punt, that's Trey Harris. Good snap, plenty of time. Gets the kick with a nice spiral and retreating and going back, and boy, it bounds on into the end zone at that time. Trey Harris put a foot into it, another touchback.
Riverton getting a nice defensive stand, forcing a punt out of the Raiders, so get their offense back out on the field.
And the Rams will start 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 5:38 left here in the first half. In Frontenac, the 41-0 lead. See, we're getting some, let's see. Actually, trying to see who are some of the Ishimura in the defensive backfield. Fay back there. So Clefman, Brown. Also at linebacker for the Raiders, that is Jordan Nishimura, along with Palmer. And there's a dive right side, and nice effort there. And looked to me like, who was that? Luke Loy able to get around the ankle tops of McCorkle.
Yeah, Luke playing defensive end right now. Did a good job getting some penetration, getting into the ankles.
Couple yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Rams from their own 22-yard line. Clock's moving. 5:15 left first half. Again, we'll come back with the SEK Urgent Care halftime with the stats, scoring summary. A lot of points here in the first half for the Raiders. And the single setback, Jacob McCorkle behind Boney. There's a pitch, sweep the right side, trying to turn the corner, and he is hemmed in and brought down. That was Tucker Tash, and he may have been able to get a yard out of it, but pretty well defended. Not much going over there.
There was a good block on the outside on Ryan Long. He was trying to come up the field, and a good block out there, but excellent pursuit by the rest of the Raiders. And I think that might have been Peyton Brown out there on that corner spot coming up pretty quick.
So 3rd and 7 for the Rams from their own 23-yard line.
Neosho leads Republic 20-7.
Max Boney under the center. And quick hitch right side. That pass is complete, and boy, brought down. And trying to see who was on the receiving end over there. I believe that was Michael McGann, but just a short gain of only a couple of yards.
Yeah, Peyton Brown, good job reading it and not coming up too early, but once he reads the pass, came right up, got him right in the legs with a nice shot to the thighs. Good hit.
So another punting situation for the Rams. So Mark Dooley drops back. And back to receive the kick for the Raiders. Brendan Yoshimura, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Low snap. Oh, he almost went down to his knee. It's blocked. And who got in there? That was a low snap, and Dooley was rather sluggish on it. And then he kind of bobbled it, and Tristan Fay looked like he fell right on the football before Dooley could get a foot on it.
Yeah, I don't know if the blocker got in the way or if he just kind of mishandled it and missed the ball, but either way, the Raiders will take over deep in Riverton territory.
So Frontenac 1st and 10 from the Riverton 18-yard line with 3:37 left here in the first half. And Frontenac trying to add that 41-0 lead and get some new faces in there. Again, you're going to have Peyton Brown at the quarterback spot. Tristan Fay lines up at fullback. The tailback, that'll be Brendan Ishimura. Get him in wide right. Mansour wide left. And there's a give to the tailback. That's Ishimura, and he busts loose. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And Brendan Ishimura goes in from 18 yards out.
Yeah, good job right side of the line. Gave a nice hole, and then Ginnivan with a good stock block on the outside. And Brendan Ishimura with a ton of speed. You get him out in the open field, he's gonna outrun a lot of people. That's what he did all the way to the end zone.
So another score for the Raiders, and again, in to attempt the extra point will be Trey Harris out of the hold of Ryan Long. Good snap and kick, plenty long enough, and it is good. 3.5 minutes left first half. Frontenac, the 48-0 lead. We'll be back with the Raiders kickoff after we take a 30-second break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Finding a lawyer means choosing someone with experience, confidence, and a good track record. Every legal situation is unique, and you need someone who will give you the level of comfort that he or she will treat your legal problem like it is their own. J. Gordon Gregory of the law firm of Wilbert & Towner is ready to provide you with that type of specialized assistance. With over 30 years of experience in Southeast Kansas, Gordy is ready to give you the personalized legal service your problem needs and deserves. Call J. Gordon Gregory of Wilbert & Towner today at 620-231-5620 or contact him online at wilburtontowner.com. Trust J. Gordon Gregory with all your legal problems, including divorce and custody cases.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand, Randy Southern, 3.5 minutes left first half. Frontenac leads Riverton 48-0. Trey Harris tees it up at the 40. Back to receive the kick is Michael McGann. And once again, sails into the end zone for the touchback. So the Rams will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, trailing 48-0 with 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. Again, the Raiders on the road next week at Southeast, and the Riverton Rams hit the road. They go to Baxter Springs. Actually playing Baxter had Southeast tonight, didn't they? And they were ahead. Was it 21-0?
No, last I heard was 16-0. I'm not sure if there's been any more score updates.
So you got a field goal and a safety. 21. 1st and 10 for the Rams for their own 20 pitch sweep left side, and Brock Gimnick comes up and he is able to bring down Ethan Shawver back at the 18-yard line, loss of a couple.
Yeah, nice play by Ginnivan. Used his hands really well, fought to the outside, shed the blocker, make the play. It's an excellent play by the defensive end.
So the Rams with a 2nd and 12 from their own 18-yard line, with the clock moving down to 3 minutes left here in the first half. Frontenac, the 48-0 lead. Rams looking to put some points on the board to end the half here. Boney puts a man in motion. There's a dive up the middle, out to the 20, a gain of a couple. And on the carry that time was Jacob McCorkle.
Yeah, and that's where they give that motion like it's going to be the sweep, and they try to sneak that dive and try to come it to the backside. Cal Strand and Tristan Fay both did a good job sticking with their assignments right there to make the play.
So a 3rd and 10 for the Rams from their own 20. And stay tuned for the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. Tell you about what some of the other Frontenac High School student athletes are doing in a busy fall season and some of the other goings on, which there is plenty of this weekend. There's a pitch, sweep to the right side, and trying to turn the corner. Boy, not much there was that Tash, and he was upended. Somebody came up and made a nice tackle.
Yeah, Tristan Fay did a good job. Fay was able to string it out and then came off a blocker and got a nice shot right into the thighs.
Actually stopped for no gain. Now a penalty flag is down here on the near side. Let's see who this call is going to go against. Oh, a sideline warning against Riverton. So that'll be 4th and 10 for the Rams from their own 20-yard line. So another punting situation. Down a minute 53 left first half. Frontenac leading 48-0. I think last week in the Frontenac and Colgan game, I think both got a sideline warning there, and I think did it come back and Colgan then got a second one? I think got a penalty actually.
Which I think that might have been the first time I've ever seen that called against Colgan, quite frankly.
And a high snap. Dooling comes down with it. Now end over end. Nobody is back to receive the kick for the Raiders, and wisely, Dooling just put it end over end and takes a ram roll down to the Raider 33-yard line. Say that, ram roll to the Raider 33.
Little tongue twister there.
Yes, it was.
Not sure why Frontenac didn't have anybody back on that. Gave up some field position for sure on that punt.
So the Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. We have a minute 37 left first half, and Frontenac 48-0 lead, and I'm guessing it's going to be awfully conservative here in the waning stages of the first half. Brown again, quarterback. He is out of the gun with Fay, the single blocking back to his left. Got a couple wideouts left side. Brown's going to keep it. Tries to turn left corner, does. Still on his feet, and he is dragged down in Rams territory down at about the 49-yard line.
A good hard run. Peyton Brown took that, saw a hole, and took off, and showed a little bit of speed himself as he was able to get a big gain on that play. And you don't mind that. You're running the football. What do you expect? The kids to not run hard, so go for it.
So 1st and 10. Raiders from the Rams 49-yard line. Round into the center. Running backs in the eye behind him. Fay and Ishimura. Pitch, sweep, right side Ishimura. Boy, he's bent back, not much there. And boy, a host of Rams tackles. That was defended well. And Dooley on the initial clogged things up. And then some of the Rams following in made the tackle on Ishimura. Actually lost about 6 yards on that carry.
Yeah, it's Jared McMaster doing a good job getting up the field for Riverton, and they've done a pretty decent job on some of the outside stretch plays Frontenac tried to do. It's been more of the off tackle or straight up the middle plays that Frontenac's been able to gash them more.
Down to a minute left first half. Frontenac with the 48-0 lead, and the Raiders face a 2nd and 16 from their own 45-yard line. Taking some time here as the play comes from the far side. Onsura splits wide left. Ginneman heading out that way. Again out of the eye with Fay, the fullback, and Ishmael, the tailback. Round under the center. Now a penalty flag, and encroach in the neutral zone. One of the Raiders apparently lined up in the neutral zone, and 5-yard mark off.
That's an odd one, and now that's a penalty. I'm sure Coach Smith won't be happy. That's a complete unforced error, just lining up offsides.
So the Raiders now with a second and about 20 from their own 45-yard line. There's a dive. That's the fullback, Fay, and he gets past the initial line of scrimmage and able to get down out near the 42-yard line, a couple of tough yards before he's thrown back.
Yeah, tried to pop a trap open, but Riverton knows Frontenac more than likely is going to run the football, so they've got 8 in the box, so a little bit tough to run against. But they got a decent trap block, but the pursuit for Riverton was able to get to him.
And down to 15 seconds, I think the Raiders are going to go ahead and let the clock wind down and get to halftime with that 48-0 lead. So excellent first half for the Frontenac Raiders, and they go in at halftime with a 48-0 lead over the Riverton Rams. We'll be back with the SEK Urgent Care halftime show after we take a 2-minute break. 2 minutes, you're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you hurt on the job?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you injured in an auto accident?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Fighting for your Social Security disability benefits?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
When accidents happen, when life takes an unexpected turn, when you need help the most, will you remember where to turn? The law office of William L. Phelan at
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Raider Express, Frontenac's downtown convenience store, is open and ready to serve you. Check out the expanded seating area. Raider Express is the home of the student basket special, including your choice of a cheeseburger or chicken strips with fries and a drink for only $5. Don't forget Raider Express for breakfast, pizza, and a great selection of grocery items, too. Stop in, and while you're filling up your tummy, don't forget to fill up your gas tank, too, with quality Conoco fuel. The Raider Express in downtown Frontenac. Go Raiders!
Now, back to Raider football.
The Raiders lead the Rams 48-0. It's time for the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. Located on the corner of Centennial and Broadway, SEK Urgent Care is dedicated to providing excellent medical care in a rapid, caring, and courteous manner to walk-in patients 7 days a week, including evenings. The SEK Urgent Care. And boy, the first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg, CPA. Personal and small business tax preparations, along with a variety of other accounting practices, are available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Call today at 235-0920 to set your appointment. That's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA LLC. In the first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA. Lopsided in favor of the Frontenac Raiders. The Riverton Rams, Max Boney, quarterback, had a couple of carries minus 2 yards. Jacob McCorkle, 5 carries, 8 yards. We got Michael McGann, a carry minus 4. Ethan Shaver had 5 carries minus 2 yards. And Tucker Tash, 4 carries, 7 yards in the air. Max Boney, 1 completion, 5 attempts, and 2 yards. And they lost 1 fumble, actually a strip by Dylan Flora there, one of the Rams ball carriers, and that was the turnover by the Rams. Frontenac Raiders, Brandon Malikas at halftime, 4 carries, 50 yards and a touchdown. Austin Model, 4 carries, 72 yards and a score. Caden Bollinger, 8 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tristan Fay, 6 carries, 26 yards and a touchdown. Brendan Ishimura, 2 carries, 12 yards and a touchdown. And Peyton Brown, 1 carry, 18 yards through the air. Brandon Malika's 3 completions, 5 attempts of 55 yards and a touchdown. And obviously the first half stats dominated by the Raiders. The scoring summary goes like this: 9:06 in the first quarter. Malikas hit Dylan Flora on a 15-yard touchdown pass. Trey Harris good on the extra point. 9:06 left first quarter. Frontenac had a 7-0 lead over Riverton. Then with 5:56 left in quarter number 1, Caden Bollinger, an 18-yard touchdown run. Trey Harris good on the extra point. It was Frontenac 14, Riverton nothing with 5:56 left in the first quarter. And with 4:05 remaining in quarter number 1, Brandon Malikas, 37-yard touchdown run. Trey Harris added the extra point. It was Frontenac 21, Riverton nothing with 4:05 left in the first quarter. Then with 3:23 left in the first quarter, Caden Bollinger again from a couple of yards out. The extra point by Harris good. It was Frontenac 28, Riverton nothing with 3:23 left in the first quarter. Then with 1:07 remaining in quarter number 1, Austin Model scored from 47 yards out. The extra point by Harris made it Frontenac 35, Riverton nothing with 1:07 left in the first quarter. That was a score at the end of the first quarter. The Raiders up 35-zip. Then in the second quarter, with 11:21 remaining, Tristan Fay went in from 5 yards out. The extra point attempt failed. It was Frontenac 41, Riverton nothing with 11:21 left in the first half. Then with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half, Brendan Ishimura scored from 18 yards out. Trey Harris good on the extra point. It was Frontenac 48, Riverton nothing with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. That's where we're at halftime. Frontenac the 48-0 lead. And first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA, personal and small business tax preparation, along with a variety of other accounting practices available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Call today at 235-0920. Set your appointment. That's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA LLC. And we'll be back with taking a look at what other student athletes are doing in at Frontenac High School when the SEK Urgent Care continues with its halftime show after we take a 2-minute break. 2 minutes, you're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Paynes Incorporated in Frontenac is the driveline specialist. Paynes handles all driveline repairs for cars, trucks, four-wheel drive vehicles, and farm equipment. Paynes can also handle any general machine work and offers 24-hour wrecker service. Call Paynes anytime, 231-3170. Paynes Incorporated is located at the intersection of West McKay and Highway 69 Frontenac Junction. Paynes Incorporated in Frontenac is the driveline specialist.
Proud supporter of Frontenac Athletics. Having a confident smile can change everything, and Invisalign makes that decision easy because you can have a stunning smile without most people even knowing you're going through treatment. Saya Smile Center is proud to be a premier provider of Invisalign. Your Invisalign treatment will consist of a series of aligners that you switch out every 2 weeks. Each aligner will gradually shift your teeth perfectly into place, giving you the smile you always dreamed of. Call Saya Smile Center today for your no-cost consultation. Saya Smile Center, 4095 Parkview Drive in Frontenac, 620-231-7242.
Remember when you only had 2 choices for medical care, a doctor's appointment or a crowded hospital emergency room? Professional Urgent Care offers prompt, personal medical care available when you need it, filling the need for local immediate medical care. And they accept almost all forms of insurance. It's medical clinic care the way it should be. Professional Urgent Care, serving Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, is open every day of the year, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Stone's Corner in Webb City. Call them at 206-0900. Whether you're securing a loan, purchasing property, or simply need a home improvement loan, University Bank can tailor any loan to fit your needs. All decisions are made locally by their loan officers, so you'll feel confident in knowing that University Bank is working for you. University Bank Branch GNB with locations in Pittsburgh, Galena, and Arma. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Now back to Raider football.
Back with Randy Southern. Here halftime report at Riverton. Frontenac Raiders lead the Rams 48-0. And boy, some goings on. Of course, the fall student athletes in action at Frontenac. It's been a busy season at this point, and a lot of them doing very well and keeping awful busy. And Randy has a gander at what happened this past week.
For the Lady Raider volleyball team, last Saturday had Pittsburgh tourney. I believe they went 1-2, but very tough competition at that tournament last Saturday. Then during the week, I believe it was Tuesday night, the Lady Raiders beat Southeast and Erie. On the year so far, I believe the Raiders are 11-3, and their ranking from the Kansas Volleyball Association, they're number 8 in the state in 4A Division II. Looking at cross country, I don't believe cross country had a varsity meet this week. I think a few runners ran in Joplin over at the Missouri Southern meet on last Saturday. I'm sorry, I don't have any results from that, but I don't think there was a varsity meet otherwise this week. Girls golf this week, they played over at Chanute in an 18-hole tournament, and as a team, the Lady Raiders got second place. Maggie Moody won the tournament, first place overall. Samantha Mirando got 10th, and Katie Johnson got 14th.
So some of the goings on at Frontenac High School, and we were also talking, of course, this weekend, the Festa Italiana. Tomorrow evening at the Raider Sports Complex in the fields just outside the softball field and the baseball field over in that area. So coming out, I think they, if I'm not mistaken, the doors open at 4:45 and eating at 5, a little different this year. And boy, come on out, and it's family friendly. And if you like good food, and the weather should be cooperating. I think they were talking about some rain, but maybe later into the evening, overnight hours. So it's going to be really nice weather. So if you haven't been, come on out. If you have, you're probably planning on going anyway. So it's always a fun time. And also, we've got a pancake feed coming up Sunday.
Yep, fire department pancake feed Sunday morning. That's going to be held at the school cafeteria this year. In the past, they've usually had that at the fire department. This year, moving it, I believe, probably weather-related there.
There's a possibility for some showers, yes.
And moving that to the school cafeteria. So it's always excellent food, and they usually have eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes. It's usually by donation as well, and you get really good food, and so everybody encouraged to go up and have some pancakes Sunday morning.
Yes, indeed. And also the Greater Raider Open Golf Tournament. It's a fundraiser to Booster Club and the like, and we'll have more details on that. That's coming up. You can call up at the school, and they'll fill you in on the details. But let's get a big crowd out there, and just a lot going on. And, boy, sitting up here, a little breeze, a little cooler. It's feeling more like football weather. And I think when we get to next week, from looking at the extended forecast, when you're talking highs in the 70s, it's going to – after this past week, it's really going to feel like it's more like football weather. But so far, the Raiders here in the first half, good football weather as they lead the Riverton Rams 48-0, and the Raiders out there stretching prior to their 3-minute mandatory stretch. And I'll tell you what, we'll come back. We're going to talk about some adjustments that both coaches are going to have to make here at halftime after we take another 2-minute break as the SEK Urgent Care halftime shows continue. 2 minutes, and you're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
A beautiful lawn doesn't just happen by itself. Sometimes you need a little help. That's where All Pro Lawn Care comes in, providing year-round property maintenance for commercial and residential customers, licensed and insured. You can trust the experts at All Pro Lawn Care, from mowing, edging, to tree trimming, leaf, and snow removal. All Pro Lawn Care provides the highest quality work at prices you can afford. Call me, Jared Brooks, today at 620-249-7767. That's 249-7767. Go Raiders!
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf when they know their house was bricked by Adam Lusker? Adam Lusker Masonry has brick by brick, block by block, and stone by stone became the go-to guy for masonry work. No job is too big or too small. Adam Lusker and his crew are not afraid of hard work, or the big bad wolf, for that matter. Call Adam Lusker Masonry in Frontenac, 620-231-9899. Oh, and bring it on, big bad wolf.
With the winter months fast approaching, now's the time to get your car or truck checked out at Wiseman's Discount Tire. Everyone knows that Wiseman's carries great Cooper tires, but Wiseman's can also check your vehicle's brakes, exhaust, as well as your struts, just in time for the winter months. And they'll be able to answer questions to find out what's best for your vehicle. Wiseman's has been family owned and operated for over 25 years. They have the reputation of honesty and quality you're looking for. That's Wiseman's Discount Tire on Highway 69 in Frontenac. See their ad fast at Names and Numbers.
Now back to Raider football.
Second half adjustments brought to you by Bob's Grill, a proud food tradition. Bob's Grill has been serving the community breakfast and lunch since 1964. Order what you want, eat what you get. Bob's Grill, 1014 North Broadway in Pittsburgh, and the second half adjustments courtesy of Bob's Grill and Randy Southern.
Well, for Coach Smith and the Frontenac Raiders, I don't think you'll see the varsity starters on the field at all. I'm not sure there's going to be a JV game on Monday with Riverton, so it is a good opportunity to get your JV kids out on the field, get some snaps against a varsity football team in Riverton, and get some valuable snaps for them. You just want to make sure you come out of this as healthy as possible at this point. The Riverton coaches, I think the biggest thing is you want to see your kids come out and play hard. Don't show any quit. Go out there, give it everything you've got. You figure you're going to be playing against some backups. See if they can establish some form of that running game with that wing T. It's all based around that being able to run the football. So you got to get out there, play hard, see if you can establish some form of running game.
Yes, that's my understanding. Both the Riverton and the Southeast JV contest are probably history as far as Frontenac goes. So I know they were trying to get another one scheduled in there somewhere, and so we shall see. But teams coming out from mandatory stretch, and
well, I happened to count the Riverton players, and they've only had 23 players dressed. They've got 26 on the roster, 23 dressed tonight. So pretty tough to try to play a JV game with limited numbers.
Oh yeah, and they have had some big injuries as Matt Dooley, the younger brother of Mark Dooley, a couple of transfers came over from Joplin. He was a starting quarterback, and I believe he got his knee blown out, if I'm not mistaken, and they had some other guys that were banged up and
Jared
over on
Ebner,
starting
tailback.
He played a lot. So yeah, it's attrition. It gets past the bumps and bruises. There are injuries, and when you don't have those numbers, they add up rather rapidly, and they obviously can be a problem. And SEK Urgent Care halftime show, and we're nearing the kickoff to start the second half. Let's take another 2-minute break. 2 minutes. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburgh and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Now, back to Raider football.
That first half, they lead at halftime by a score of 48-0, and the Raiders again won the opening toss, and they have the Riverton will have the choice, and I'm assuming they'll go with the football. The second half kickoff is brought to you by Crestwood Country Club. Crestwood Country Club offers the area's best entertainment value. The weather's cooling off, making it the perfect time to hit the links. For membership information, contact General Manager and Club Pro Todd Casey. And the kickoff brought to you by Crestwood Country Club. And I guess if you want a weather update, nice and cool with now down to 77 degrees. And boy, the flag's limp over there. We got a little breeze up here, cooling things off, feeling really good.
It's a beautiful night. Haven't noticed any kind of cramping. You would think fourth game of the year, the players should be in game shape by now. So even with a little bit of warmth beginning of this game, it hadn't been any kind of an issue tonight.
And kicking off will be Trey Harris, and back to receive the kick for the Riverton Rams, Michael McCann, flanked by Jacob McCorkle and Jeremiah Wald. Harris, end over end kick, deep inside the 5, and it's taken there by McCann. Brings it straight up the middle, and he is brought down as he crosses the 25 out near the 26-yard line.
Very nice return, good hard run. Took it up the middle, got what he could, and kept those feet a driving. You like to see that good hard run.
And it looks like, well, first team defense may be in there for a series or two here to start the second half. But Rams going to start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
And Dylan Flora, the only one not on the field starting here. I'm actually a little surprised to see him out there. I can't imagine it would be for more than the series.
So the Rams start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. They go in the quarterback as Max Boney. Single set back behind him, Jacob McCorkle. And there's a give, the dive, trying the right side. That is McCorkle. Short gain, if any, has not much going there. Is trying to see who was stuffing it up. Was that Mays in there?
Yeah, Mays and Lusker, both defensive tackles, doing a nice job. And defensive tackles played well all year this year so far for the Raiders, either making plays or creating some double teams, keeping linebackers open to make plays. So improved play up front by the Raiders this year from that defensive tackle position.
So a second, let's give them a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Rams. And 27-yard line. There's a pitch, sweep out of the right side and cutting back in. And boy, stop. Actually looks like no gain. I believe that was Tash once again trying the right side.
Yeah, Ryan Long comes up and forces him to turn it in. Andrew Mays following the play. He got a big hit on him, and then he kind of pinballed off about 4 Raiders. And boy, good team defense hustling to the football.
No gain. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Rams from their own 27-yard line. 10.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Frontenac with 48-0 lead again at Southeast next Friday. Then hit the road to Altamont to take on Labette County, the Grizzlies. The new face on the schedule. Team will put it up a lot.
Yeah, that could be an interesting game in 2 weeks.
Now a whistle. What do we got? Equipment?
I think they saying some pants were too high.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've never seen play stopped for that.
Yeah.
But okay.
No. And there's a pitch, sweep the right side. That is Tash once again, and nothing there. And boy, hemmed in well and brought down was Tash, and no gain.
Yeah, he lost a few on this one. Cal Strand again. They keep trying to get outside of Strand. They've ran that sweep to his side much more than over to Ginnivan's, and he's done a really good job getting up the field, and boy, he got another good shot. The Raiders been hitting the thighs very well. Good form tackles right into the legs.
4th and 13 for the Rams from their own 23-yard line. Again, a punting situation. Dooley, good snap this time. Good. Boy, that is a low line drive. Taking a roll for the Rams, though, inside the Raiders' 35, and it's going to roll dead back at the 31-yard line. And apparently, we're going with the running clock, as I think they can do that with the coaches both agree to do it. I think it's supposed to be 4th quarter, but I think you can extend it. Is that correct?
I think so. And I saw at the beginning of halftime, Riverton's athletic director was talking with the officials, and I was wondering if that's what they might have been discussing, doing a running clock for the whole second half.
So the clock will be moving. We're at 8:35. Frontenac leads at 48-0. The Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. And Brandon Malikas is in a quarterback. He is out of the gun. Bollinger, the blocking back to his right, trips left. There's a give. Bollinger trying the left corner. He's able to turn the left corner. Still on his feet. Crosses the 45 and flirting with midfield before he's run out of bounds.
Yeah, zone read look, and Bollinger sees the opening to the outside and showed the good speed that he has getting to the outside. Looks like a couple of substitutions on the offensive line for Frontenac. Cal Strandon at center, and Trey Harris at right tackle. Of course, Trey plays quite a bit on the offensive line anyway. Luke Lloyd getting a rest.
Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And there's the give. And trying up the middle, that is Model. Boy, did they get a face mask? The way he jerked back, it looked like they had grabbed him because it looked like it was open. Yeah, it is a face mask. Model looked like it was opening up after a gain of a couple. And then he quickly abrupt about face, and the flag went down.
Yeah, spun him around, and I couldn't tell from up here whether he got it, but the white hat threw the flag immediately.
So a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. After the mark-off, they'll be at the Rams' 35-yard line.
And when the Raiders bring in a new backfield, Peyton Brown in a quarterback. Looks like Cooper Loy in the backfield along with Ishimura.
So they'll line up Loy to Peyton Brown's left. Brown in the gun with Tripp's left side. And there's a give. That is Loy. Cuts inside, and oh, man, he got hit. Somebody come up and, boy, put a helmet in there, and he like the hitter was shaking up a tad on that. Loy able to get a couple of yards.
Yeah, that's Gavin Gilmore came in and kind of got him helmet to helmet, but he's holding his forearm like he took a shot there. But Dave Loy almost outrun his pulling lineman and kind of cut it up late off of that kick out block. I'd like to see him stay right in with him and then cut harder a little bit quicker.
So Loy able to pick up 3 on that carry. Raiders face a 2nd and 7 from the 32 of the Rams under the center. Brown gives it to the tailback. Ishimura bounces off the first tackler, but then caught from behind as trying to see who was able to react to that, was able to catch up. That was Gavin Gilmore once again, and Ishimura pretty much stopped for no gain.
Well, Riverton came with kind of an all-out blitz, and Frontenac was trying to pull 2 backside linemen, and when you blitz that, it's pretty hard to pick up everybody, and Frontenac not able to quite get them all blocked.
So the Raiders will face a 3rd and 7 from the Rams' 33-yard line. Down to 6:05 left, 3rd quarter, and Frontenac 48-0 lead. Running clock. Ginnivan wide left, Clefman wide right. Out of the gun. And there's Brown's able to hit Ginnivan. Avoids the first tackler inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's brought down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, just a quick hitch, and Ginnivan, good size out there, able to break the tackle on the outside, but good hustle. I'm not sure if that's 56 or 58. It was either McMaster. I think it was McMaster. Showed good hustle, though, running that play down, keeping Ginnivan out of the end zone.
So the Raiders will have a 1st and goal. Ball resting at the Rams' 2-yard line with 5:20. Clock moving here in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders trying to add to a 48-0 lead. Brown under the center. Loy the single set back behind him. There's the give to Loy, and he has tripped up, dives for the end zone. He's going to be stopped short.
Yeah, another all-out blitz, and make that tough to run straight up the middle.
So the Raiders with a 2nd and goal. The ball looks like it's just outside the Rams 1. Clock moving down to 4:40. Raiders up 48-0. That was the score at halftime running clock here. Kleppman goes wide to the left side. Wide to the right's Mansour. Running backs out of the eye. Lloyd the fullback. The tailback is Ishamir. Brown going to keep it. He bounces off the defender at the middle of the line. Goes left corner. And he's able to get in. Difficult 1-yard run for Brown results in a touchdown.
Yeah, trying the quarterback follow, fake to that fullback, follow him right in. But again, that all-out blitz right up the middle, everything stuffed, and he got pushed back a couple yards. Did a good job breaking it to the outside. Kind of saw him favoring his right shoulder a little bit as he jogged off to the field.
Took a pretty good pop there, and when he that initial tried to go into the line of scrimmage and was able to bounce it around the left end. The attempt the extra point is Trey Harris out of Long's hold. Well, plenty long enough. It is good. 3:58, the clock's moving. And the extra point by Harris is good. And the Raiders lead at 55-0. So, boy, an impressive night for the Raiders here at Riverton tonight.
And a good drive for Peyton Brown there. Good job leading the offense. He's handled himself very well out on the field tonight. He's thrown a couple of nice balls. One was brought back on a penalty there in that first half, but did a good job on the boot. Got a nice pass out to Ginnivan, who broke a tackle for a big play. And he does a nice ad-lib on the touchdown run to put more points on the board for Frontenac. So Peyton Brown having a nice night in relief of Malikas.
Yeah, getting some snaps in there as the Raiders got the big lead early. And, you know, it's always nice, like you mentioned, the JV. Of course, they had a JV game this past Monday as they played Colgan, and some of the kids got some action there. But you know that your next 2 scheduled ones, I believe both of them have already been canned. So, you know, when you get out there and get on the field, nothing beats that. And they're getting some action here in the varsity contest and responding well.
Yeah, and invaluable. You know, a lot of these players will be starters next year with the large senior class that the Raiders have. So you can't replace these snaps.
So now, well, we're going to change the kicker now as Nathan Kaufman going to tee it up at the 40, and Nathan's got he's got a good leg too. He can usually put a foot into it. Back to receive the kick once again for the Riverton Rams is Michael McGann, also joined back there by McCorkle and Wald. End over end kick. And boy, little indecision. The ball's loose down near the goal line. Go ahead and jump on it. You got to get on it, guys. It's letting it bound around down there. The Ram didn't pick it up. It checked up about the 1-yard line. And wisely, one of the Rams, I don't know if that was McGann or not, went down and got it, and he was buried back at about the 3-yard line. Didn't go into the end zone.
Yeah, they were confused as to who was going to field it. Neither one did. And then McCorkle kind of was hoping that the ball would roll into that end zone, but it just died on that one. And it wasn't moving. They still weren't getting on the ball. But what a break there. That ball stopping on the one, my.
So the Rams will start 1st and 10, actually near the 3-yard line. Again, Boney under the center. There's a give, a dive, right side. Boy, there's some contact in there and a short gain, if anything.
I think that was Jordan Ishimura doing a good job from that middle linebacker spot. He's played a lot tonight with Flora coming out of this game fairly early, a little bit dinged. He's played a lot on defense, even in the first half. He did a good job of reading that play, filling a hole, and making a stop.
Give him about a foot on that one. This is called it 2nd and 9 for the Rams from their own 4-yard line. Clock moving down to 35 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Raiders lead it 55-0. And trying to see, we got K.W. Hale at the defensive end position. Also in there, Brandon Stevenson at a tackle. Boney, there's the dive, and a little bit of room up the middle this time, and stopped out near the 10-yard line, and that was the fullback, McCorkle, once again.
Yeah, got a nice little crease up the middle for Riverton that time. Had a pretty good hole. He was able to slide right through. It's where they, again, try to kind of fake that sweep and hit that dive up the middle.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter. Frontenac leads Riverton 55-0, and we'll be back. The fourth quarter action. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite. If you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, Bittner Motors has a large selection of late model, low mileage vehicles to choose from. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
Now, back to Raider football.
The Rams will have a 3rd and 6 from their own 10-yard line. Again, like we're saying, a lot of kids getting out on the field, and that's awfully nice. You know, they work all week long, and that's the goal, to get out there. And if you don't have a JV game, that really, you know, doesn't give them the experience they need. They'll get some here at Riverton.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kobe Maples has been in there, defensive end. Drew Cummins playing some linebacker.
See Cooper Loy in there. So Shamira there at the linebacker looking to throw, and that pass is caught. And making the reception was Gage Kirby, and the ball popped out, and they said apparently he didn't make the catch.
Yeah, Peyton Brown did a good job breaking on that, and kind of made contact right as the ball was arriving, and good job jostling that one loose.
So another punting situation. Mark Dooley drops back into his end zone. Back to receive the kick for the Frontenac Raiders, Brendan Ishimura. He stands back at the Rams 35. Good snap. And wobbler comes near side, and it rolls out of bounds near midfield. So the Raiders will start 1st and 10. It'll be at the Rams 49-yard line here in the fourth quarter. The clock moving, 11:08. Frontenac 55-0 lead. Raiders about to go to 4-0, heading to Southeast next Friday, and the Rams 0-4, and they head to Baxter Springs.
Try to pick up some more substitutions. Got some new offensive linemen in there. Ethan Evans in action.
And at the quarterback is Cale Bridwell. He's a 5'8", 145-pound freshman. He'll be under the center, and I believe that is Maples now at the center position.
Alex Johnson in a tailback.
And there's a give to the tailback Johnson, and a nice hard run down about the Rams 45-yard line, pickup of about 4.
Yeah, good job moving his feet. Nice little hole on the left side. Well, I'd love to know who the left tackle is at 74, and I don't have a 74 on our roster.
I've seen him at the Thursday meal, but I'm not really familiar with him. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders from the Rams 45-yard line.
Looks like Dylan Toll in at right guard.
Running backs in the I formation. Bridwell under the center, Maples. There's a give. That's the tailback, and that time not going anywhere as Alex Johnson stopped for no gain, maybe lost a yard.
And Nick Huffman coming up and making a nice play. And Johnson not with a whole lot of running room that time.
Clock moving, we're down to 9:20. Frontenac leads at 55-0. Running clock going out wide to the right side for the Raiders is Grant Hessong. He's a 6'1", 135-pound sophomore. Again, the running backs there in the eye pitch and the sweep to the right side, and boy, stopped for no gain.
It was Ryan Rayo with the carry. Ethan Shaver coming up to make the play for Riverton. Pretty nice little shoulder pop. Both players getting in there and mixing it up a little bit.
Stop for no gain, and Raiders with a 4th and 7 from the Rams' 45-yard line. And the punt. That is KW Hale, end over end punt. Now kind of checks up right about the 20, and one of the Raiders hits it. Now Ram wisely pick it up because I think it's a free ball, and even if he fumbled it, had been dead where it was originally touched. So Rams will start 1st and 10, and I believe they downed it right at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they should get it where the original touch occurred by the Raiders.
Now do 8 minutes remaining. Frontenac 55-0 lead. Of course, we'll have the post-game show and have the unofficial stats scoring summary and have to award some really sought honors after every game, right?
Heck yeah.
You're darn right. And then Mark Smith, he knows where every press box we are in. He usually comes up and he'll have a little climb tonight.
I don't remember if he came up a couple years ago.
He did. He
Did
did. Yeah, that was a situation where we had hoped he wouldn't. We were miserable, and sooner the better. But much nicer conditions here tonight. So, and the Rams, they're trying to get their offense set. They'll have a 1st and 10. Will the Rams from their own 20-yard line? And Bonnie, the quarterback, gives it. And again, trying the right side again. That is McCorkle. Stop for no gain.
Yeah, Ishimura, a really nice play. Jordan coming from that linebacker spot. He's played well tonight. Like I said earlier, he played a lot in the first half. Has done a nice job at that middle linebacker spot tonight.
Well, and with Bill and Flora out, don't know exactly what the case was, but Ishimura had missed some with the broken hands, but he's working his way back in and has had a nice effort here tonight. Max Boney under the center with McCorkle, the fullback. There's a pitch, sweep the left side, and trying to turn left corner. That is Michael McGann, and he is gang tackled out near the 26, 27-yard line. Nice game.
Well, that time Riverton able to get a little bit of that edge set and get some men out in front and get things turned up north and south. And nice pickup for Riverton on 2nd down, setting up a 3rd and relatively short.
Down to 6 minutes remaining. Frontenac 55-0 lead. Rams with a 3rd and let's call it 3rd and about 3. Football resting just outside their own 27-yard line. Again, the single setback is Jacob McCorkle behind Max Boney. Plots to both sides. Now motion left to right goes Tash. And there's a give. The dive with the 1st down as McCorkle out across the 35 out near the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Quick 10 there, and the Rams have a 1st down.
Yeah, nice hole up the middle, and I think they're just not quite reading everything. And up the middle with those linebackers used to having to chase down those outside plays, and they surprise them with the quick hitter up the middle.
And McCorkle comes to the near side. I don't know if he got a bell rung or an equipment problem or what, but he's been working hard back there out of that fullback slot. And he's going to come to the sideline and take a seat. 5 minutes left. Frontenac 55-0 lead. Boney under the center. And there's a dive and trying the right side. And on the carry that time, that was Gavin Gilmore, and he got planted after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, Alex Johnson, good job with outside contain, came in to get the initial hit. And I think that was Ethan Evans that came in, got a real nice lick to clean up that play.
2nd and 7 Rams from their own 40 with clock moving down to 4:28. Next 55-0 lead.
See Caleb Hemby getting in now at middle linebacker. Jake Minginney in at cornerback now. And Brant Chance in at cornerback.
Out there. Kurt's a little youngin' in there. He's been playing well at JV level. We've been watching him play some. And a quick hitch. And And there's a completion, but a nice effort by Chance and a host of other Raider tacklers. Stopped for a gain of only 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Chance does a really good job to come up, got into the legs. You know, he's a smaller player. He's got to get into them legs. Did a great job to grab him, hold on, let the rest of the cavalry come to finish him off. But nice play by Chance.
3rd and 5 for the Rams from their own 42-yard line. Coming wide to the right side for the Rams, that is Kirby. And looking to throw, pumping once, going long and well overthrown as with the receiver and the quarterback not on the same page as checking up was Nick Huffman, and the ball went sailing over his head.
Yeah, the quarterback expecting a fly pattern. He broke it off for a curl route, and so just the miscommunication leads to the incomplete, and looks like they'll line up in punt formation again.
So back to punt. Mark Dooley. Clock moving, 2:55. Raiders looking at the far side, get somebody back there. Well, they're not. Well, they didn't get anybody back there. Dooley's going to punt. Good snap. High punt. Short. Checks up inside the Raiders 30. Get away from it. Boy, oh boy, one of the Raiders hovering over the football. He touched it and can't really down it. I don't know what he was doing there.
Well, it was a freshman that came on late and a little maybe over exuberant to go, and because that was close to touching that ball, which would have made it live.
He had the ball rolling dead at one of the Rams and one of the Raiders hovering over it, and looked like the Raiders was going to touch it. And the Rams was just waiting for him to do it, to grab the football, but stayed away from it. And the Raiders will have a 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
And just a mild talking to by one of the assistant coaches to him. Nothing too bad.
Kyle Kubler in at quarterback. And he reverses out, gives it to Rayo, and he lowers his shoulder, and he stood up, and then he is planted after a gain of a yard.
And Gilmore in on the tackle again. Been on several defensive plays for Riverton here in the second half.
They're trying to get some new faces in that lineup. Is Cole Davis in there? Johnson back in there. Also Chance and McGinney. Gain of a couple by Rayo there. Coming out wide to the left side is Chance. Out wide right, McGinney. Out of the gun, Kubler. Keeps the football right side, and he is brought down as he crosses the 35 out near the 37-yard line, close to a 1st down.
Yeah, nice blocking right side of the offensive line, doing a good job giving Kubler some running room. And Kubler, another small stature player, but not afraid to run it right up the middle there, and got a 1st down for the Raiders.
After he's able to pick up about 7 yards. Down to 43 seconds left, and where's...
See Austin Souter in the game, Corbin Marshall getting in this game as well.
Raiders probably play one more play here, and then it'll be history. There's a give. That is Johnson again, and he picks his way out across the 45, out to the 46, gain of about 8.
A good run by Johnson. Johnson has good speed for a freshman. If you can get him out in the open space, he's got good wheels.
And the clock winding down, and that is going to do it as the Frontenac Raiders going to leave Riverton with a 55-0 shutout win over the Rams. And that'll do it. The Raiders improved to 4-0. The Rams fall to 0-4, and we'll be back with the post-game show, the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show. Recover fast with Performance Spine and Sport, specializing in treating soft tissue-related injuries that result from everyday work and play. Performance Spine and Sport inside the Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway. And boy, that's... I think what we'll do is we'll quickly go over the stats and scoring summary, then award some prizes. Well, no prizes, just make some awards. How's that sound? Excuse me. The Riverton Rams, Max Boney, a couple carries minus -2 yards. Jacob McCorkle, 10 carries, 25 yards.
Michael McCann, a couple of carries.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, Vietti Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. Vietti Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude...
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
1:07 left in the first quarter. Austin Model scored from 47 yards out. Harris Good on the extra point. Frontenac 35, Riverton nothing, with 1:07 left in the first quarter, and that was the score after the first quarter. Frontenac led Riverton 35-0. 11:21 left in the second quarter. Tristan Fay scored from 5 yards out. The extra point attempt failed. It was Frontenac 41, Riverton nothing, with 11:21 left in the first half. Then with 3.5 minutes left in the first half, Brendan Ishimura scored from 18 yards out. Trey Harris Good on the extra point. It was Frontenac 48, Riverton nothing, with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. That was a halftime score. Frontenac led at 48-0. One score in that third quarter. That was a yard run by Peyton Brown with 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. Harris Good on the extra point. It was Frontenac 55, Riverton nothing, with 4:19 left in the third quarter. Went through a scoreless fourth quarter as the second half played with the running clock, and the Raiders win at 55-0, a shutout, and go to 4-0, head to Southeast next Friday. Riverton falls to 0-4 and heads to Baxter Springs. And the halftime show here, sponsored by SEK Urgent Care, will continue. We'll hand out some awards and then talk with Coach Mark Smith after we take a 2-minute break. 2 minutes. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite. If you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, Bittner Motors has a large selection of late model, low mileage vehicles to choose from. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of 2 major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite. If you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, Bittner Motors has a large selection of late model, low mileage vehicles to choose from. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of two major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southern, and the Frontenac Raiders shut out the Rams in Riverton 55-0. Joining me is Coach Mark Smith, and boy, Coach, you got on them early and often, and I don't know, sometimes coaches worry maybe about a letdown after a rivalry game and, a homecoming contest, but man, there was no letdown here this evening.
No, we had a great start. That's what we practiced all week. We were worried about it a little bit. We knew the record, and I had a feeling about our kids, but they just came in. We had a great week of practice, actually, and I think we got in better shape with that heat. We executed pretty well tonight. We didn't have a lot of penalties. Had some big plays by our running backs and receivers, so great team effort, and I think our offense and defensive line just continue to carry us and playing well on both sides.
And we were saying also it's nice to get a lot of kids on the field. I know you're going to have a problem maybe with some JV contests coming up, and the kids practice the same amount of time and they get them on the field. That's one of the main things, and they get out there in the varsity games, and a lot of the kids responded. Well, they all look like they responded very well.
Yeah, we're just trying to get better from freshmen to seniors, and every time those freshmen, sophomores, juniors that aren't varsity players get the chance to play on Friday nights, it's just going to help us for the next few years. So they're getting that experience and just maybe some self-confidence that they can do it on the big lights on Friday night. So proud of all of our kids who played very hard, played smart, and just played well.
And again, you jumped on them early, and you took the football, and then just went down the field and scored, similar to last week, and that's got to be a big confidence boost for him.
Yeah, I thought Caden Bollinger and Austin Model ran the ball very hard. They found big holes from our offensive line. Brandon made a few good throws. We had a few drops, but that's all right. We'll make we can improve on those things, and we just executed very well on both sides. Our kickoff team was great. Trey kicked a few touchbacks. Dusty even had a great one in that second half. So overall, all three phases played very well.
And like I said, got on them early and often, but sometimes when that happens, a team can have a tendency kind of to let up a bit, but it seems like they were in the contest the whole game.
That's what we've kind of done all year. Had a great first quarter and kind of had a flat second quarter, but it was great to see. We played a tremendous first half on every aspect of the game, and we just kept scoring on our chances, and defense just kept getting us the ball back, causing turnovers. There was a few banged up, but hopefully they're just a few 1 or 2 day things, soreness things, and we'll get them back next week.
And it actually felt like football weather out here. A little warm, but all things considered, the last few weeks with the rain and everything, it seemed pretty nice out there this evening.
Now, Riverton has a beautiful field, and once that sun went down, it was a great night for football, yeah, and you can't beat the weather right now.
And, again, you go to 4-0, and you head to Southeast next week, and well, they're probably going to be busy this weekend with the fest, aren't you? You got them working or what?
And we got to clean up on Sunday. We got the dirty work, but it's all right. They get paid back when they graduate. They get some money, so that's what I told the kids. You gotta pay the bills, and they'll do that. But you can enjoy it after a good win like this.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate you coming up. That's Mark Smith. The Raiders improved to 4-0 with a 55-0 shutout win over the Rams in Riverton. And we'll be back. We've got to put Randy to work to hand out some awards here after we take a 30-second break. 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of two major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southard, and it's time for the, during the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show, the collision of the game, Vietti Auto Body Alignment. When you find yourself involved in a collision on the streets, choose Vietti Auto Body Alignment. With over 100 years of combined experience, Vietti Auto Body Alignment on 4th Street since 1948, and Vietti Auto Body Alignment Collision of the Game award goes to
Dexter Palmer and Jake Wilbert. First quarter kickoff coverage, came down full speed and double team hit and just laid the ball carrier out.
So congratulations, Dexter and Jake. And player of the game, Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union is a sound, quality-driven organization that provides the most desirable financial services for members while safeguarding their assets. With 4 locations across southeast Kansas to better serve the community, you can find them in Pittsburgh at 416 North Broadway. The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union Player of the Game award goes to?
We're going with the entire offensive line for the Raiders tonight. Just absolutely dominant up front, gigantic holes. Plays just blocked absolutely perfectly. Had huge holes for the backs. You know, there are the Frontenac's explosive backs able to make big plays because that offensive line was just phenomenal tonight.
So congratulations to the O-line, the Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union Player of the Game award, and the game-changing moment, the play of the game, Pitt Realty. Buying and selling a home is one of the biggest events in a person's life and should not be taken lightly. Pitt Realty promises to be there every step of the way, guiding and advising to see through that the transactions made are most beneficial for you, your family, and or business. The game-changing moment, play of the game, Pitt Realty.
I'm going with Brandon Malika's touchdown run. It was the 3rd score for Frontenac, and I think it was the game changer because it really showed that Frontenac was in it. You know, they were focused for the whole game, up big early, 2 touchdown lead, no letdown, got the ball right back, scored 1 play later, and really that finished off the tone of the game and showed the Raiders were really ready to go tonight.
So the game-changing moment or play of the game, Pitt Realty, the 3rd score by Brandon Malikas, and the Raiders again win at 55-0, go to 4-0, and go to Southeast next Friday. The Rams fall 0-4 and to Baxter Springs on Friday. A reminder that coming up, you can turn over to KSHQ, ESPN 100.7 FM for the Campus Bookstore Scoreboard Show. And also a reminder, in addition to the games that we broadcast live, we do stream those games live, and you can go to ESPN1007.com. And the video is available for this game along with the Pittsburgh game and the Colgan contest, so you might want to check that out. I don't want to say we've overstayed our welcome, but they're turning the lights out here at Laughlin Field at Riverton High School. And I'd like to thank Orion. He did the camera coverage, and, of course, Randy with the color. And, again, we'll be at Southeast next Friday as the Frontenac Raiders call on the Lancers. Frontenac shuts out Riverton 55-0, and you've been listening to Raiders football on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Looking for someone you can trust for sound advice on investments, retirement strategies, IRA funding, life insurance needs, estate planning,